This fragrance right here was love at first sniff. And the video. Done. That's all you need to know. Go buy it now. What's going on, YouTube fragrance family? Welcome to another Robes 08 fragrance review. Today I'm putting my nose on the House of Lalique. I love the House of Lalique, huge fan. And this is from their Noir Premier line, their upscale line. This one in the gold bottle, and oh, that bottle sold me. Just a bottle, no breakdown, sold again. This one called Intemporel 1888. I got two of these suckers and absolutely love them both. Fleur Universelle. I reviewed this on my channel. Go check it out. Beautiful scent. But today the spotlight is on this guy right here. So let's take a look at the stats. Released in 2015. Bottle size. What you see is what you get. 3.4 ounce bottle. Concentration, eau de parfum. Group, Oriental Spicy. Pricing, she's spicy. $320 retail. Now, don't shut off the video. I know that might be out of your price tag, but discounters have discounted this fragrance like crazy. You can find this $100 to $200, give or take. Do your research. I found some of these kicking around testers or half empty bottles that people are selling on Facebook groups for under $100. So keep your nose tuned in. This is a good fragrance for under 200. Bam. So let's get into it. First and foremost, I have to thank my partner, FragranceX.com for Intemporel. You can utilize my code ROBES08. Get 15% off on this particular fragrance. They got a whole bunch of these fragrances from the House of Lalique. Really great discount, of course, on Intemporel. So the nose behind this is Violaine Colas, which also was a perfumier for Atkinson's, which is a brand that I have to check out. Ooh, they got that pirate one that I really want. Amouage, she has done some Amouage, and of course a couple of these, but this is the one that really caught my nose. So let's take a look at the note breakdown. Up top we got black pepper, bergamot, cardamom. In the middle we got coffee, tobacco, and everlasting flower, also known as immortelle. And in the base we have patchouli, vanilla, Lorenox, and Tolu balsam. Major notes to this nose right here, l'immortelle. Huge in both of these. Immortelle, vanilla, and the Tolu balsam. First things first, this presentation. Holy shit. Look at this. I gotta go in the corner here because of this whole presentation. Beautiful sleeve. We got the Bikilian kind of coffin look. We got the gold bottle. We even got like a little pamphlet here. We got like, oh, come on, Lalique. What are you doing to me? It's beautiful presentation. Hands down, one of the best in the game. Beautiful. Like, damn. So let's do how many sprays and where. Let's take a look at this one. Let's delve right into it. So 1 on the chest, my usual, 3 on the neck. So I go a little more with this one. Again, be mindful, this is an oriental fragrance. I'm going to wear this in the fall and winter, so I put a little more. 3 on the neck and 2 on the arm. So I'm wearing a t-shirt here. You can't really see me because I'm in the corner here, but inner elbows is it. And I'm going to spray back of my hand right now just to remind me of the introduction. So there is a date staple to this one, and just like I said in the Fleur Universelle fragrance review, 1888 is a huge date for Lalique, of course. That is the day that René Lalique trademarked Lalique. The brand, the logo, everything. Oh, that's smooth. Beautiful. So I cheated. I was supposed to... Okay. So first sniff. Immediately from first sniff, Intemporel. You know what this smells like? First sniff, immediately. When I first smelt this fragrance in my life, it brought me to those high-end Guerlain fragrances. This is no joke in the fragrance game because high-end Guerlains are absolutely like L'Art et la Matière, that brand, Cuir Beluga, Tonka Imperial, Spiritueux du Bleu Vanille. I can go on and on. The quality, the beautiful, creamy, buttery feel to those fragrances is unparalleled. Unparalleled in the game, and Lalique did it. it feels like it almost looks like a bottle from L'Oréal Matière. And oh man, Lalique's Eau Intemporel starts off creamy, buttery, waxy, sweet, and opulent. It just really does remind me of the start of Tonka Imperial meets Cuir Beluga and many other high-end Guerlains. It really starts off that way, and I'm like, whoa, where'd that come from? So now that we know the quality of the scent, what does it smell like? Yeah, she's buttery, she's creamy, and she's high-end. Well, what does it smell like? Well, Eau Intemporel is very creamy, smooth, and gives me neither a strong tobacco nor a strong coffee at the moment. And those are the two big notes that Lalique tries to sell you on. It's all about, you know what I get from this fragrance? It's all about the immortelle. The immortelle that they used in Fleur Universelle smells like that, and our Tonka beans. Heavy on the Tonka. There's an almond-like quality from the Tonka. There's that cherry aspect from the Tonka that not too many fragrances can do, and a pinch of powder from the Tonka. So very smooth, very opulent, but also has that fruity aspect, a little gourmandish, has a little bit of that powderiness. Very, very nice. But that almond is so beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, the immortelle itself, what does it bring out? Immortelle is as crazy as a note as can be. It can bring out a lot of stuff. It brings out a honeyed sweetness in this fragrance. It brings out some smoky tobacco-like qualities, a dusty amber. It also does bring out coffee, and this is where all these notes come from, is actually from that flower. And it also gives out some curried spices. So you're going to get some spices in here, and these two notes are big, bold, and they're crazy. And when they're done well, watch out. And putting them together in one fragrance, goddamn. Lalique did their thing. So Eau Intemporel is such a beautiful, almost gourmandish. Like I want to stray away from gourmand, but it is, with such a warming and comforting quality. It's smooth and majestic. Now that you get introduced with those two facets, of course, that Tonka Bean and all its facets, and the Immortelle and all its facets, it's also joined by the Tolu Balsam, which gives a fragrancy, sweet, ambery, balsamic quality, and that is throughout Eau Intemporel. You'd think with some of these notes that Eau Intemporel would be overly sweet or overly childish, because they all have very sweet aspects to the notes, but it never really does go in that direction. It's very smoothly blended to have some spices and some tobacco qualities from the Immortelle, of course, and a small pinch of patchouli that keeps things grounded. Really an outstanding blend of a fragrance. In the dry down of Eau Intemporel, there's a big, bulky balminess to the fragrance, and that is most of the backer in this fragrance. The balsamic qualities here gives this scent some warmth, some comfort. It truly shows more of the same that it showed you in the introduction. However, it loses some of its color here in the opening, as the Tonka Bean cherry, she gone. Some of the spices back down. The tobacco here a little thinner. The Immortelle kind of backs away to a more ambery quality of the Tonka, the Tolu Balsam, and of course the Immortelle also throws that off a little bit. There's some nutmeg-like spice that I was getting more into the heart of this fragrance, more into the dry down. The Lorenox comes into play too, and it gives this scent an ambery woody tone too. So you're going to get a little bit of woods here too. As you can tell, the warmth and comfort of many of these notes intertwine as the Tolu Balsam, Tonka Bean, the Immortelle, they all play together. Lorenox even. They all have a lot to give to a fragrance, and a lot of the same qualities to a fragrance. Overall, these kind of scents, like the Tonka Imperials and the Fève Délicieuse, now those two are very heavy on the Tonka Bean, like uber heavy on the Tonka Bean. This one, I would say is heavy on the Tonka Bean, but not as heavy as those two. Those two throw off the Tonka Bean like no other. This fragrance has a little bit more to give, a little less Tonka Bean, but it is your central note in the fragrance, so you're going to feel a little bit of those Fève Délicieuse, Tonka Imperial type of feel. Would this be a replacement for those two? As far as what you would wear those fragrances for, yes, absolutely. Would it give you the same type of Tonka Bean as those two? Close, very close, a little thinner, and it gives you a little bit more of Immortelle, Tolu Balsam, and much more. It's all up to you, of course, because the price tag on those things are pretty pricey too. So this type of fragrance, this kind of build is perfect for fall. That's all I think about when these type of fragrances come out. Fall, Thanksgiving, Christmas time. They have that comfort to the fragrance. Very well blended, high quality scent, very wearable. I would highly recommend this to people that love L'Art et la Matière from the House of Guerlain. I'm telling you right now, this would fit right in. It would fit right in. Like, I wouldn't even have to blink. You blindfold me and you tell me sniff this, I'd be like L'Art et la Matière from the House of Guerlain, and you'd be like, aha, it's a Lalique. You suck. But if you really do enjoy L'Art et la Matière, again, it may be a redundant purchase because it is around what those, especially Tonka Imperial, that what they do. But if you enjoy that, you'll thank me later once you get your nose on this one. So let's take a look at recommended age 20 plus. I really think that this is a little pricey, a little harder to get for the teens out there. So 20 plus is a good age range. Fragrances that this reminds me of, I already name dropped Tonka Imperial, and I absolutely, Tonka Imperials are just freaking gorgeous. Fèves Délicieuses. If you want like a super uber cheaper version of those fragrances, then you can go with Guerlain. Their Ideal EDP really is, of course, a Tonka Bean based fragrance, not as complex as these fragrances, not as opulent, but it'll do the job for cheapie. I call it a cheapie, but it's not very cheap. Best time to wear this fragrance would have to be nighttime. This is a night wear scent. This is not daily wear scent. Date. Oh, yeah. Date night. Seasons. Fall. Fall's in my mind. You can wear it, of course, winter, and basically any night that has some coolness to the night. Development, this fragrance is not hugely complex, but it has some complexity to it. So I would have to say if it's linear, average, or complex, it would be the higher end of the average, closer to complex. Work appropriate? No, not daily wear scent. Signature scent worthy? No. Don't wear it all the time. These kind of scents are once in a while type of scent. So let's get into the rating system. Let's see what Intemporel gives me. We started off with projection, longevity, a little lighter. We're not going to hit the 10s here, but projection, we got an 8, above average as far as projection. This thing is going to throw off your skin. Longevity, 7 bottles out of 10. You get 6 to 9 hours on your skin. Compliment factor, booyah, we got a 10 there. Huge. While wearing this in the right moment at the right time, oh man, boom. Game winner. Uniqueness, I'm going to give it 8 bottles out of 10 just because it's not a unique fragrance per se as the idea goes, but it is unique because it utilizes immortelle, which has those tobacco facets, and of course that coffee facet that is very different from a lot of Tonka Imperial, we'll say. So it has that same idea of Tonka Imperial, but it changes it a little bit. That goes to pricing versus what you get. I'm going to give it 9 bottles out of 10. If you're looking for this type of set, especially at discounters rate, forget about it. Versatility, 7 bottles out of 10. Again, it takes a little knock because, again, you can't wear this in obviously some seasons because it's just too thick. A smell, 10. 10. All day, every day. This smells great. Oh, beautiful. I smell gorgeous. 10. And that goes to an overall score. Intemporel from the House of Lalique. So very happy to have this in my collection. And fall's coming up and it's going to be a staple. I'm going to give this one 9 bottles out of 10. And that goes to buy, try, or pass. For my recommendation, I would have to say this is a buy. This is a buy-worthy fragrance from the House of Lalique. So thank you for watching my review on Lalique's Intemporel. If you have smelt this fragrance, please comment below, good, bad, and the ugly. I'd love to hear your take on this fragrance. And as always, please remember, a great or poor fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube.